Okay, y'all, it's ENFE, Eagles Nest, Florida edition with another version of First and Philly. Today is October 2nd. This is our 38th or ninth episode. I can't remember off the top of my head. When we go ahead and post this show, we'll have all that information inside the show caption. But we got a couple of absentees tonight, maybe two, definitely one. We know Big Murph is on vacation. Enjoy your vacation out there, Big Murph. We were just talking about you, bad and good shit. So enjoy
Right,
your
the Giants. He's up at the Giants game, I bet.
enjoy your time off, big man. And we Paz, our other admin, he may be coming in late, maybe not. We're not sure. So we're just gonna move on as myself. I'm Jersey J, and my man DHD over there. So we're gonna kick it to you guys live tonight, and try to get into last week's game. And we're probably going to also cover the personnel and all these trade rumors that are flying around right now. But first, we'll start off with last week's game. Um, give me your Give me your version of what happened last week. I think you did call that they were going to win, or did you not?
I think I called they were going to lose.
Okay.
On a last-second field goal. I think. I'm not sure.
That could have happened.
But it was ugly.
Yeah, it could have.
The defense, man. It's just. I tell you what, Wentz played good. He won a big game for him. He did enough to win. I shouldn't say he had a good game, but he had enough to win.
He did.
Howard looked good. Miles didn't put the ball on the ground. He almost did a couple times. You see that?
I saw it. I went back and watched it, and I said,
"Here we go."
He almost lost it 2 or 3 times there. But yeah,
that one close on the goal line, he kind of stumbled, stepped, and the thing was down on his knee. And I said, "Oh shit, here we go again."
Even on that long run he had as he was going towards the left, he came down. He should. I thought he would blow past that defender, but
so did I. He kind of. I don't know what happened there.
I don't know. I'm not
He's
sure.
He's not very fast.
I told you.
Man,
I've been telling Murph. He's not very fast. He looks like he's running in slow motion.
He did because I'm not. It was the kick return or whatever.
Right.
I was like, I almost checked my TV. I'm like, man, do I got a little slow mo or what? Because this dude is slow as shit. I'm like, man.
I've been telling Murph that, and last year we used to talk about Adams. Or the year before.
Yeah.
And I used to tell him, he was like, "Oh, this guy's from Notre Dame. He's really good. He's a bruiser, and he could turn it on when he wants to." And I'm like, dude, he looks like he has bricks on his feet. He's really he's got really slow feet, and he used to be like, no. But I'm not saying Sanders is that slow, but I mean, he's got average speed to me.
Yeah. Speed. I think he can cut well and make moves good, but he does have average or maybe a slightly below average speed. I tell you what, I really liked Howard last week. Howard he was a tank, man. That dude don't go down on the first hit ever.
We were calling for that, right? We were calling for Howard to play
all year long, and he has to. I mean, he's the third leading rusher. Why are you not using him?
Why? I don't understand that.
I don't either. Why are you going to have that guy on the bench?
I don't get it.
And I don't know what the heck, man. I don't know. I don't understand. The huckster once in a while he makes some weird play calls. That's for sure.
Right.
But
I will say that when I saw him lining up, and they started off with Howard, and they started off with that first run. I think it was like 19 yards or something like that.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, let's see what's going to happen. I mean, pulling somebody out of it, letting somebody get in the groove, and they're getting warm, and then pulling them. I don't really like that.
I don't either.
Let him earn his keep. Right, keep him on the field. Let him do what he does, and I think what Wentz his game was pedestrian, but it was error free. I think it was very pedestrian.
Yeah,
I think he was
absolutely.
I don't know. I know he had 3 touchdowns, but I think he threw for like 160 yards.
160 yards, yeah,
something like that.
I mean, his passer rating was pretty decent, just because, like you said, he didn't have many mistakes. But man, his balls sail. Do they not? I mean,
they keep doing that. I mean,
I don't know what is going on. I don't know. I mean,
he's been doing this for a while now. It's not just now. He's been doing this for a while.
It was last year too, and that's what I was going to say. We keep talking about some of the guys not liking him. I'm starting to wonder if that's why, because man, he set some guys up to get slaughtered on them sales. You know what I mean? And as a receiver, that shit gets old. You know what I mean? And,
yeah. laying somebody out and waiting.
Yeah, and he did it to Ertz, he did it to Jeffries once, and I think he did it to Hollins too. And it's like, man, them balls keep flying, and
he actually well, it wasn't high, but he actually laid Jordan out there on that
that's
one
right. It was
swing pass.
Yeah.
Laid him out, put him on the turf. I think he did it
Yep.
to Sproles the week before in Detroit, maybe. I'm not really sure. I mean, that's a good point. I hadn't thought of that.
I don't know if that's why they're kind of getting pissed off, because they're getting, some of them are decleters, you know what I mean? That one, I think it was Hollins. I was like, oh shit, is he going to get up? And he did. But I don't know. I just kind of thought that.
I thought overall, and to be honest with you, I know Wentz, he has elite talent. When he puts it all together, he's a great quarterback. But
absolutely.
I like him. I prefer him more in that role where he's only throwing. I think he threw, I don't know, it was some low number. Maybe it was 30 times. And I know he had 160 yards. Some low number. I'd prefer him there. I prefer him there, and I prefer more runs, and I prefer the balanced attack rather than him throwing 40, 50 times a game, obviously. But
it works.
No mistakes. I think he got a little in the beginning of the game before he settled in. I think he was a little bit erratic. I mean, he was throwing high, and 3 passes in a row high at one point, and I'm just like, okay, does he need to settle down? Because it doesn't look like it's much pressure. Speaking of pressure, how do you go? Okay, Green Bay had a really high-rated defense. Now, I knew they had problems against the run the whole season.
Right.
But how does the offensive – and I will not accept that these guys need to gel. How do you go from the performance that they had last week versus those first 3 weeks where the line was like a sieve? I mean,
I don't know.
And last week was – I mean, they were blocking. They finally decided to block
I agree.
For passing plays and for running plays. I mean, they were really good last week. Really good. So I just don't understand how a group of players that have been playing with each other for a while.
Well, I heard the gel thing too, and I'm like, these guys have been together for almost 4 years now. Really, I mean, there's been a couple in and outs here and there, but the core of it's been together. Yeah, I thought that too. It was like, man, these guys, Wentz had some times they're opening some huge holes for Howard. What was the deal with the first 3, games? What happened there? I don't either.
Peters wasn't hurt the entire game. No one was hurt. Everyone stood in there the entire game. So, I mean, Jeffrey going over to the wide receivers, he did drop a couple balls, but he played good. I know he was hurt, but he did drop a couple balls.
He's still not 100%. You can tell.
Yeah. I think Ertz, something seems off. I mean,
I agree.
He caught a lot of balls last year, and he's still looking for them. But something doesn't seem right. I mean, it doesn't seem like the connection that they had last year.
No.
And either the plays are not going his way, or I know he does throw high to him a lot, so I know that's part of the problem. But something seems off there. I mean, I don't know what it is.
I don't know if the defenses are focusing on him right now, because really, who else are you going to focus on? A hurt Jeffries or a Hollins, you know what I mean? So, maybe we'll see a little difference when Djax gets back, if he ever gets back, or my goodness,
Speaking of that, I mean, you sign a guy. I love the guy, but
I do too.
You sign a guy. We knew he had injury problems before, but you sign a guy and you get all electrified, and you have the first game, and you're like, oh, this is going to be something, all right? And people are giving him passes. I did post something on the site. It may have been today about him playing a game and then missing all these games now, and people are giving him a pass saying, "Oh, well, we just need him for the end of the year."
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, "What in the hell? There ain't going to be an end of the year."
I'm like, "What the hell are you talking about? The end of the year? No, you need him now. You need him against these teams coming up." I mean, technically, if you don't need him, maybe you don't play him against the Jets. All right, fine. I could understand that. But you need him against Minnesota. You need him against Dallas. You need him against the Bills. You need him against the rest of those teams. So there is no. I mean, what does he have? An abdomen problem?
A stomach pull or something? Yeah, I don't know what that. And everybody on the site is like, "Oh man, you got to really watch them." And this dude's a professional football player. What do you got to watch it? Dude's got a stomach ache. Get the hell out there and play, dog.
5 games now. It's going to be 5 games that he misses.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
know.
you're looking at a little bit less than half a season. That's if he makes it back by game 6. I mean, who knows? I don't know.
Yeah.
But
I don't see him playing. He didn't participate today, so
again, So he's not gonna. Yeah, I think
probably not.
I think I saw something where Doug said he's probably 2 weeks away still.
So now you're in week 7.
Yeah, that's just odd. Speaking of week 7, I saw something, and I think you commented or liked something that I had commented on one of the posts out there. People are talking about Jalen Mills coming back for week 7.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure that I get excited by that. Maybe, if anything, I'm happy that maybe there's more depth there. But I just don't. I don't think Douglas. I think Douglas should be the starter. It doesn't matter who comes back, who moves around. To me, 32 should be one of the starters.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going to go for Ramsey, if you're going to go for Chris Harris, I still think Douglas should be a starter. I mean, he's put in enough time, and when he enters the game, he's a slow starter. But by the time he gets into his groove, there's not a lot of things going on his side.
No, right.
I mean, what do you think about that? Who do you call?
I agree. I don't know I don't know who was the kid they brought in. I mean, everybody's flipping out because he had one good play, and now they're like, oh, he should be saw a couple people say he should be the starter, and I'm like, dude,
you're talking about 39, the 37. No,
I know. So I was like, man, relax.
I can't even remember his name.
People are very excited for anything back there. You know what I mean?
Right.
But yeah, but I don't know. Is he allowed to come back week 7? I thought IR was 8 weeks.
That's what I thought, but people keep repeating that, and I always thought IR was 8 weeks.
8 weeks. That's what I thought too. Now, I thought it was 8 weeks.
If there's something different because you put him on IR a couple weeks before preseason,
maybe they count that. Maybe they count the 2 weeks prior. Maybe. I don't know. I always thought it was 8 because they were throwing. I forget who else was injured. And they weren't going to – it was injured the first game, and they weren't sure if he's going to be out 8, so they didn't want to put him on the injured reserve, and they put him on whatever that physically unable or something. I forget what the other – oh, yeah. So I thought it still was 8, but maybe, like you said, the preseason is counting or – I don't know. There's so many freaking gray rules and this and that.
Right. I don't know.
Man.
I don't know. I don't even know what the – I don't know. I would assume it's something like that.
Yeah.
But even so – with that rash of injuries that they have now,
when is the Sidney Jones project going to end?
Man, you know what? I hate to do this but I'm glad I can do it when Murph's not here. I've got his jersey. I really went all in on him, and this is it's this kid, man. This kid. Even without the injuries, he doesn't play. He looks small.
He looks very small and comes up small and. He's not physical by any means, and, man, he gets beat up.
Did you see the one play where I think it was Jones drug him into the end zone? He's hanging on by his leg.
It looked like a dad and a little son. You know what I mean? That's what it reminded me. I even said that. I said, man, that looks like me and you out back. I just dragged you into the end zone. But
that was nuts. So and he was getting beat, and then all of a sudden he's back out with a hamstring. He's never gonna be healthy. He's just never gonna be healthy.
I don't think so either.
I wanted him to be that guy so bad, but I don't think it's just not in him. I mean, I think you have more of a full cornerback in Douglas. I mean, the more I watch him, the more.
Yeah, I think he's got talent for sure, and I think he just needs time, a little more time, and I don't know.
He's got the big body.
He does. A little more physical.
And while the game was going on, I kept saying Douglas needs to be on Adams. He needs to be on Adams, and they cut Maddox and John Maddox. Besides his injury, because I don't want to hanging on him because he's hurt. But before he got hurt, it was awful.
Man, it was real bad. What's that guy's name again? The Green Bay guy, the receiver.
Adams.
Adams. Oh my goodness, man, he looked like freaking Lynn Swan over there. It's like,
did you see it?
Oh my God! I was like, can anybody stop this? Put 3 guys on that guy.
I mean, come on. If he's really giving you a problem, double him.
Right.
And you got no guys back there, double him.
He was eating them up.
They're not running. So play
No,
time. Play
right?
time. Put
Yeah,
all your backers in there, which maybe they just didn't have enough backers at the
yeah. I
time.
don't know. I don't know, but
He was killing him. He was killing. I think
yeah,
he had
he
like
definitely
10
was.
for 180.
What? Yeah, he was
Something like
almost two.
some
Yep, it
stupid number. 10
was like
catch.
18 yards a catch, something insane. And he's good, but he ain't that good. You know what I mean? And that's one thing that concerns me with some of these games coming up. Not so much the Jets game, but man, Dallas, stupid. What's his name is going to tear them up if they don't get this figured out
Prescott.
quick.
Prescott.
Yeah, and yeah.
If you do get a Harris or a Ramsey, and you're Swartz, do you change from zone to press man? Because Douglas can play press,
I think you do.
and Ramsey obviously is better in man.
Will Schwartz probably not. I don't know. I'll be honest. So. Schwartz has adapted second half better than you know what I mean? He's made some adjustments kind of because they kind of shut Adams down in the second, not shut him down, but slowed him up anyway in the second half, you know, and not a whole, but you know, I think the toe injury saved the game. You know,
I was getting ready to say, if you mean slow down, the injury he got.
Yeah. Did you see his toe bend? That was kind of ugly.
I saw it.
It was kind of ugly. I was like,
around. I was like, oops.
Yeah. Oops,
I was thinking when I saw that clip, when I saw him doing that, I was thinking, is he hurt or is it just a twinge or
right?
But
then they showed that again. I was like, he's hurt. That hurt my toe.
He's out. You know? Yeah, he's out. But they say he has turf toe. Maybe I don't know what it is.
Probably.
I don't really care. We don't play him again. What I'm uncomfortable about is, you know, and they always seem to get breaks. The Cowboys. Now they get them without Adams, right?
Right.
I'm sure they'll be up for them. But they got New Orleans without Breeze. Now they're getting Green Bay without Adams, and we always have to play teams at full strength, no matter what. Everyone has, you know, everybody that they're, you know, on their first team. But unlucky us. But I think overall, I think the defensive line got a good pressure last week.
Pressure, no sacks.
No. I think 96. Barnett did get a sack. I think he did get one sack.
Oh, they did have one because they had two before. Yeah, you're right. Because now they got a sack. 3 for the season.
Bradham still can't catch. He had one in his mitts, right in his chest, right in his, and now it was 6. It was 6. It was 6.
It was.
And I said,
there was nobody there.
Are you kidding me, Bradham? Come on, you want that moniker on you? But I mean, I'll give him a break because he did get that, you know, pick at the end. Right. I was thinking that he was going to let the guy run up behind him and strip him.
Punch it out. I'm like, dude, hold on to the freaking ball.
Matter of fact, just go down. Just go down. What do you need to run it back for? It's only 20. They have no timeouts. So his football IQ, I don't think it's there because
I don't either.
You kneel that. You kneel that right in the end zone, and you just end the game. Don't take a risk.
Nope. But I'll take it because I thought it was over there.
I thought. You know what I thought? I thought maybe they'd score and they'd go for 2 because we were winning by 7, right? I thought maybe they're just gonna go for it. I mean, because with Rodgers, those 2-pointers are easy for him. Well, normally they are, but he was having a hard time.
Yeah, he didn't look so good. He looked kind of funky, porn stash dude and all.
the way he throws that fucking ball.
Oh man,
it's seamless.
That is. I mean, some of those timing patterns are just perfect.
Fuck.
It pisses me off. I actually like him, but he annoys the shit out of me. You know, but he's good. He is good. You know,
he's good. I mean, he's on his back foot. I mean, he had some overthrows, but overall, the way he slings the ball, it's just like. I mean, not many people could do that, but to me, he's a better quarterback, a pure quarterback than Brady. Now Brady's that's the overall, but throwing the ball.
Yeah, he's brutal. He can needle it, man. He's threw some stuff in there. It's like, man, how do you even get that in there?
And I'm thinking to myself when it's happening, like, what's keeping us in this game? And I realize that Wentz is taking the ball and he's going downfield and they're making plays, right? And I'm like, this is great. Keep them on the sideline. And then when they get the ball back, you know, they're driving and then something happens, you know, stupid. Again, self-inflicted. A lot of penalties, stupid penalties.
But you know what? I watched, now that we had a Sunday off, I watched some other games.
It's happening
NFL
everywhere.
has to reel this in because, man, football's getting
everywhere.
hard to watch.
Yeah, it's happening everywhere.
It really, you see a good play and you look, oh, there's a freaking penalty on the 10-yard line, like always, and it's coming. They got to you can, as well as I do, you can call a penalty on every play. And they got to kind of find the happy medium here. And this pass interference replay shit,
it's worse.
It's horrible.
I used to think,
horrible.
That might be good, but it is terrible.
It's terrible. And nobody knows what the hell the rule is.
Let's go ahead and admit that that was a penalty on Maddox. I think it was Maddox.
Right.
Let's go ahead and admit that one was a penalty. And also, on the flip side, that was a penalty on Alshon when he hit his hand.
He had his arm in his.
How do you not see that on review?
I don't know, because I thought that was going to get overturned, and I said the ruling on the field stand. Like, how the hell did that happen?
I think there was a makeup call for the first one, but the first one
maybe. Yeah, that was ugly. And that's the thing. There's no consistency on any of these penalties. You know what I mean? And I don't know. It's just making it hard to watch and dragging it out. It's like, let them play football. I mean, if it's obvious, all right, but holy crap, every play, it's like, man.
I mean, if it were me and I'm a ref, I'm not even sure that the penalty on Barnett, I mean, if he can't hit a whistle and the guy's still moving around.
Right.
I guess I'll go 50-50 on that one. But the one with Brown, where he kind of tackled him, and they call it what? I still don't know what was going on there. I mean, had the whistle blown, or did he come in with his head? I don't know what happened there.
Right.
They gave him a 15-yarder.
Right.
I've gotten 2 fouls to last game. I think.
I think he did. He did. Yep.
So they were trying to give the Packers the game, but
seemed to be. It always. I don't know. Always seems to be against the Eagles, but
right.
I don't know.
Those defensive backs. I mean, I was so worried because there wasn't anyone left, and I'm just like, "Come on, Jones!"
And it wasn't much to start.
Right. And that's funny that when we said that before about the coming off IR in week 7 or 8, whichever one it is, you get Mills, you get LeBlanc, you get those 2 guys back. Darby should be back by that time because he was supposed to be out a month. 3 weeks.
Right.
I don't want him to play.
No, I don't either. I'm good with him being out.
Then you get and then we don't know about Maddox, right? Because they're saying week to week, but
yeah, I don't know. What's he got, a neck or something, right?
Next spring. From all of that, just a next spring, but
that's the one Sendejo clocked him, isn't it? Isn't the one Sendejo?
Yeah. I'm listening to the there's a podcast that I think it's the Eagle Eye podcast, and the guys on there, they're like, man, listen, we talk about Sendejo every week. Just get rid of the guy. Man, the guy's terrible. I mean, hit his own teammate. I get that, and I get he's out of position on some plays. I get that, but like me and you were talking about, he's a hitter.
He is.
I mean, I don't hear anybody else cracking helmets and bones out there except him.
No, I kind of like him. I mean, like you said, he's out of position, but he does. You come across there, he's going to pop you.
Flying in,
yeah. He's kind of like I forget who that one guy was for the Eagles a couple of years ago. I can't remember.
But, he was always out of position, but he was a crack.
Always.
I know what you're talking about. It was under Chip Kelly.
I
can't remember.
Al Harris, but it's not Al Harris.
No. This guy, I think he plays with Seattle now. I can't remember his name.
Yeah, he does. That's the same guy. Yep.
Coleman?
Coleman. Yep, that's him.
Yeah. Coleman,
not
number
really
42.
The best cover, nothing, but you come across there, he's going to jack you up.
Yeah, he'll definitely crack you. So I'm in on him. I'm keeping him.
No, I am too. Yeah.
Especially now that you've gotten rid of Cyprian and you gave it to Atlanta for the Duke Riley trade, which I sent a message to one of my boys who's an Atlanta fan, big fan, and I said, who the is this Dick Riley person? So he says, why do you ask? I'm like, because we just made a trade with you guys. And he's like, oh, well, we needed a safety because our safety went down with a season-ending surgery, and he's all right. I mean, he's not great. He said Duke Riley's all right. He's not great. So I'm not really sure what y'all need him for. I mean, because he is, he's a linebacker. And I know Murph was saying something about him being a safety, but he's not. I think he's a linebacker. So
yeah, he is. That's what he's listed as anyway.
I guess because we gave up
Special
LJ
teams,
Fort.
I guess. Yeah, I guess.
And I guess because you gave up LJ Fort, maybe you need to replace him.
I don't know. Out of everything they need, I didn't think that was something. But
someone was saying they cracked it. They've made the trade we were looking for. It's Duke Riley. He's here. We're ready now.
Yeah, because I got a thing on my phone that said Eagles make trade. I was like, oh hell yeah, who's this? I'm like, yeah, who is this? Who the hell is this dude? I didn't know who the hell was it. I'm like,
who the fuck is Duke Riley?
Yeah, Duke Riley sounds like a Western star guy.
I think they swapped some picks too in 2020.
Oh, okay.
Because we were supposed to get a whatever that word is.
Compensatory,
whatever the hell that word is.
Yeah.
A fourth rounder. When we let go of LJ Fort. So I'm not sure how that's all going to work out now. But for me, they've got to make. I mean, you got more news that Scandrick's back.
Right.
And I guess he's okay for depth. I mean, I'm not gonna.
There's
we
not
need
much
something
out
back
there. Yeah.
he's not gonna be any worse than the guy that whatever his name is, that the 39 guy. I can't remember his name right now. Can't be any worse than that. So and there's not much out there at all. What about all the guys that we had on our team in 2017, like Patrick Robinson and all those guys? What, did they just retired?
I think Patrick Robinson, isn't he out on a suspension?
Still? No, I don't know.
I thought 6-game suspension. He's with the Cardinals now, right?
I don't know.
I think he's with the Cardinals, but I think he got a performance-enhancing suspension.
Oh, okay.
Which at his age, give him a break. He's 50 years old. Let him get
he needs something, right? He needs an edge.
Yeah. No, but I actually liked him when he played here. He was decent.
Yeah, he was all right.
But I don't know.
So yeah, I don't. There's not much out there. There's not much out there right now. We have three. We have three healthy bodies, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're looking to add someone. I thought I saw something today where they were going to try to make a trade, but I don't think they're going to have anything before the Jets game. What are we looking at, Wednesday? I mean,
could
2 firsts and a second?
No way.
Are you fucking kidding me?
And I don't understand. People are like, yeah, and then you heard the Ertz trade for him and this and that. I'm like, man, let's not bet the farm on this guy. Holy fuck, we need hope, but we need other shit too. That's a lot to give up.
Is it?
But and on the other side of the ball, though, it's like the way we draft. Who gives a shit? Our first 2 rounds ain't going to be here anyway. So it's like it's tough because you got the 2. And the way I like Howie, but their picks suck. They really do. You know what I mean? And their draft picks really aren't doing anything. They're okay, but they're not doing anything great. So do you give up a proven? He's a proven, probably one of the best guys in the league, if not the best. You give him up 2 firsts for a proven? I don't know.
I mean, I was against the 2 first thing like a week ago.
Yeah.
And then someone said 2 firsts and a second, and I said, "Fuck you." But 2
that's
firsts,
a lot.
2 firsts.
That's still a lot.
It is, but I'm starting to get on board with it because you're right, and that's what the argument is. Our draft picks are not that good.
I went back and looked at all our draft picks, our first round picks from. I think I went back to like 12 to present. Mm-hmm. There ain't a whole lot there. Nah. Most of them ain't even with the team. You know what I mean? I mean, Dillard's there, and last year's was, I forget. I think Barnett was 1.
Barnett, Barnett was, I think, but that.
I thought he was 1 in 14 or 15.
Well, 16 was Wentz, right?
Yeah. Well, that was, but other than that, there ain't a whole lot there.
No, I don't think Barnett was a 1. I thought
there was somebody I was surprised was a 1. Maybe it wasn't Barnett. There was somebody I was like, he was a 1.
Well, Aguilar was was he a 1 or 2?
He was a 2.
It was a 2.
He was a 2. Yeah, he was a low 2. He could have went 1, but there was something going on there. But he was a 2, low pick.
I know
one of the first and the second, but.
I know we took Danny Watkins 1 year. I think that was in
that was a good pick. And that's what I'm saying. You had Danny Watkins and some of these other guys there's like I think 2 or 3 weren't even playing football anymore.
Yeah.
and it's like, yeah, and they're first round picks, and
Um,
yeah, Eagles
yeah.
don't
So
draft well.
I think that I guess when you put it that way, I'd rather. It's hard, man, because if you're
2 and a second though, that's a lot.
no, I wouldn't do that. If you're saying
No,
maybe two in a player, so if you're saying 2020 and 2021, it's rough. Maybe if you could just stretch it out like 2020 and maybe
right,
2022, not
right.
not 2 years in a row. Fuck.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot
That's
because you don't know
heavy.
who's coming out. Either it might be
Yeah.
somebody. But
It
what
just
was? Yeah, I mean, look at what was Sidney Jones a 2? He's
he was a
garbage.
2. He was supposed to be a 1 until he got hurt,
Right.
right?
And now he's still hurt, and 3 years later, and
Yeah.
barely when he does play, he's not that good anyway. So
Yeah, I
it's
guess we're
tough. But I like what you're saying about the, do it one this year and another one,
2 years from
spread
now.
it out. That's a lot.
Yeah, not this back to back because that teams that happens
No.
to, it's hard to recover.
Mm,
Yeah, you're getting some worth out of Ramsey. That's if he
right.
doesn't start acting like a head case again.
Yep. There's a
But
lot
all
there that could go wrong too.
there is
You
so
know.
two first and a second. Fuck.
Yeah.
Again, I guess if you're talking two first and a player or two,
Yeah.
I guess, or maybe two first and a fourth or fifth somewhere
Yeah.
else.
I like that a little better.
We'll go with that.
But it's just
And
a lot. What do you think Harris will claim? What do you think they're going to want for him? I think he's a little better fit. I think he's a little less of a head case, maybe.
I think you still might have to give up a first for him. The way that the market is
Maybe
shifting. I mean, I think he's young, right? What is he? 20,
20, 24,
24.
5.
Yeah, I think he's 25. I
24 or
think he's going
5.
to 25.
Yeah.
He's a good player.
Yeah.
But I think he's more in line with what the Eagles normally do. If you're
Right.
trying to break the bank, if you get Ramsey, then you're again. If you get Ramsey and you leave Douglas in, then I think you're good at that point.
Yeah.
And with the
Yeah.
safeties, I think you're good. I don't know who you put in the middle because none of the cornerbacks except LeBlanc, Maddox, those really are the only. Jones can play the slot, but Darby, 8 million.
Ugh.
Mills, those guys don't play the slot. So what do you
No.
do? So you
I don't
can't.
know.
That's going to be a rough thing having those guys on the sideline. So and
It's so weird. In the beginning of this season, they were saying how deep they were in the secondary. Now they're nothing.
thin as hell.
Same with the front. The front four. That was, oh man, we're deep. We got this. We got that. Man, now they're scrounging. It's
Now,
so weird how quick a team changes.
yeah, Mills. Swartz has a love affair with Mills. So
Yes, he does.
I'm wondering if when he comes back, and if we pick up one of these two guys, does he stick him in there? Even though he's coming off that whole injury.
Mm-hmm.
He hates Douglas. I mean,
He does.
It's a proven fact. For some reason, he hates the kid, but he just continues to make plays. And again, if you have another receiver on the opposite side that's strong and tall,
Right.
you gotta play Douglas. I mean, because the other guys, Maddox was. I mean, really the whole year, Maddox does
Right.
not look good.
No.
Jones has been spotty. Darby's been completely awful. Yeah, completely awful.
Garbage.
I mean, that's a tough call. That's a
Yeah.
tough call. I don't know what you do there, but someone's gonna have to make that decision. And I'm hoping they pull this trigger because they're gonna need help to go against those receivers in Minnesota and Dallas. To lock those guys up. I think their speedster's coming back. I keep forgetting what his name is, the guy in Dallas, because their speedster's out right now, and they're making excuses. That's why they lost. But our speedster is out, and we could still win. So all the sports shows are the same, especially Skip on
I hate him.
He is.
He's a douche. He's I can't even watch him. He's a douche. He's just a douche.
He is, man. He is awful.
Like, shut up.
Everything.
He's a Jones nut hugger to end all, man. I don't get it.
I love fucking with him on Twitter. I'll go on Twitter while the game is on, and he's making excuses. He's doing a play-by-play. He doesn't read his comments. You can tell because everybody's fucking eating him alive, right?
Right.
So and I love the excuses that he makes. Oh, our guy, whoever, he's out, and Amari's he's got a hurt leg, and and the guy and Mangini's telling him, listen, if you're going to pay your quarterback $200 million, then he's got to elevate those receivers. It can't be the receivers are making him look good. It's got to be him elevating his receivers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Zeke had a paltry 35 yards. I mean, I loved it.
Me too. It was a good day Sunday. It was a good day. Eagles win on Thursday, and Dallas looks like shit on Sunday. It was perfect.
I mean, yeah, it sucks that you can't watch football, but if you already won your game, right? So if you won your game on Thursday, and you can sit there and talk shit to everybody else, especially the Dallas game. Oh, fucking love it, man. And now they're in a bad position because if I don't think I'd like to think that Rodgers he's not gonna lose 2 games in a row.
Not 2 in a row. I hope not.
Normally he plays good against them. Bro, yeah, of course. Mm-hmm. Normally he plays good against them. Obviously Adams might not play, but if they could win that game and make them 3-2, and the Eagles deserve to get I won't say that it's a pushover game, but they should win this game, right?
It's good timing. Timing. I didn't realize the Eagles have never lost to the Jets.
I saw that. Yeah,
That's
that today.
Crazy.
And I was like,
crazy.
10 times, but it's also crazy that they only played them 10 times.
10 times. I know.
Yeah, seemed a bit low.
Yeah, they're both old teams. It's not like it's an expansion team. Jets been around forever.
10 times in what, 50, 60 years, 70 years?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, odd. So I don't know, but anyway, I'll take it.
Oh yeah.
I'll take it. No, I mean, I don't even know what the matchups besides Le'Veon Bell. I don't even know what's out there on the Jets.
He hasn't shown. I don't either. Has he shown much really? I don't think he's even been. He's okay, but I'm not scared really.
No, they had a Monday night game or Sunday night game, and I actually turned it on, and I hate watching the Jets, but it was the only thing on. So I watched it for a little while. It was awful. So I'm watching them, right, and I'm like, this team is terrible. He was the only one trying to put in any types of work. I couldn't name their receivers. The quarterback, I think, is what? No, Darnold's out, or is he?
Darnold's out. He might be back this week. I heard. I don't know if he practiced the Jets, so I don't really care. Like you said,
right.
I know he's questionable. I thought they said today.
Okay.
So
I don't know. I don't know any of their defensive back. I don't know anything about the Jets. Most times I could rattle off some players on just about every team. But the Jets, besides
I
don't know. So they should win that game. They should win this game. They should be 3-2, and then I think they head off to Minnesota, right?
Mm-hmm.
After that, they have Minnesota, Dallas,
and that's a winnable game. Minnesota is winnable. Dallas is winnable, depending on which team on either side show. Depends what Dallas team shows. Depends what Eagles team shows.
Now I'm seeing
it's in Dallas, right?
Yeah, it's in Dallas. So it's Sunday night. So it's prime time. So
God,
I mean, that's why we need to get those cornerbacks straight, because if he goes in there trying to play zone like he normally does, and you got hurt guys back there,
Cooper will tear you up.
Yeah, it could be a bad time. But now I'm hearing some stories. It's probably not valid, but that Minnesota would be willing to eat the $28 million that they paid Cousins because he's awful.
Oh my gosh, he's
they should have
horrible.
Known. They should have known. They should have known. They gave him that big deal, and they should have known. But he's got receivers. He's got running backs. He's got a tight end. He's got Rudolph. He's a tight end. He's got a compliment. I don't think that they. I'm not sure about their line, but he's got most of what he needs to perform there, but hasn't really shown me anything. Spotty at best.
It's Kirk Cousins. I mean, was he ever that good?
No.
I didn't think he was ever really that good.
We used to have a problem with him when we played him because but that's everybody, right? For some reason, everybody comes against us. And again, if you look at the statistics, Atlanta's 1-3. The only team they beat is us. Detroit. Washington, Case Keenum, first half tearing us up. Detroit. It just goes on and on and on. Rodgers, Adams. I mean, they had said during the game that this is the best he's looked all season. Why? Because they're playing us. I mean, they hadn't scored more than, I don't know, 6-7 points in a first half this year.
Something like that.
Until they played us. So, I mean, and if that doesn't alarm you that there's something wrong with the defense or the players.
It definitely is.
But no one ever makes those comments to Schwartz or Doug or – I don't know, man.
I don't know. It's concerning. That's for sure. I mean, for a highly touted Super Bowl team, I'm not seeing it yet. Maybe Maybe they'll be late bloomers here or something, and maybe, get some trades here, maybe get some people in there, but I don't know.
I could see it. I could see them. Hopefully they'll warm up, but I could see that last game. There was a glimmer there. It made me feel as though they could do whatever they wanted to do.
Mm-hmm. It was on offense, especially. I was surprised.
It was that 2017 feeling again on offense. Yeah, you're right, on offense. And I'm thinking to myself,
not so much.
Again, the line played better. The linebackers were okay, but defensive backs, that's the problem. Well, let's say cornerbacks, not the safeties. But yeah, it was a little bit of a glimmer. I thought to myself, this is how we used to look. I mean, again, we used to bend but not break during that year too. Mm-hmm. I mean, for the defense that year, we used to give up points. So we
had a shit ton of yards.
Yeah, we had the same problem in 2017. So it's never been any different. So I mean,
they just scored a lot more. They scored a lot more, on offense. But I don't know.
They could have. I think to me, they could have scored even more than what they scored against Green Bay. But again, some mistakes and some plays they left on the field. So who knows?
Yeah, I don't know.
This is easy for this game. Predictions for this game.
I'm gonna go 34-14.
Decent.
I think Bell gets a couple.
I'm probably gonna go 30 to. I'm gonna probably go 30 to 13, because I can't see them. I mean, do not let them. I mean, they're coming to Philly, right?
Yeah.
Do not let this kid come in and start throwing a ball around. I mean, because I just don't want to see that. So don't let him start doing that. But I can't see them.
I think Le'Veon Bell gets a couple. Maybe that's where the 14 for me comes in.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
I always like to give people clean up garbage time touchdowns and things like that, because so I like to account for that too. So, but it shouldn't be that bad. What about the Dallas Green Bay game? It's a little tougher.
I don't know.
Without Adams,
I'm scared because if they do beat the Packers 2 in a row, then all the cockroaches will be coming out of the woodwork, and they'll be. I swear to God, if oh God, I don't even think if they go to the playoffs and win a playoff game or nothing. But then you got Packers don't lose 2 in a row usually, so I'm gonna go. But look at what let's look at this. They played the Miami Dolphins in Dallas. They played a couple other scrub teams. Now they play the Saints without Breeze, and they lose. So. And what's his name? Teddy Bridgewater's okay. I don't think he's a star. He's definitely not Drew Brees. I'm going to go 24-21 Packers.
Yeah, I was thinking somewhere along that. I was going to say 27-21 Pack, because I can't see them losing twice. If they lose twice, it's turmoil in Green Bay. But I can't see them losing twice.
Me either.
And
I'm hoping they don't lose twice. God,
but again, we dug this hole. I hate doing this because Eagles fans do this all the time. But technically, we should be 4-0. There's always that, right?
We're 2 plays away. 2 plays away from being 4-0.
Hate that.
I do too.
I hate that. But
it's kind of like there's a Dallas fan at work, and he says, "Well, if we would have scored more points than them, we would have won." Yeah, no shit. Really? That's kind of sports in all general. That's all sports.
I know.
But
I know
it is. It's we're that close. The Falcons game was frustrating as shit.
I mean, they had so many chances.
I mean, the Detroit game, for as shitty as they played, they were still in it.
Yeah. They still won that game.
But it is what it is. It's time to move on.
Yeah, we're only 1 game back. So I mean, technically, I would like to see. Not that I think he's any good, this Daniel Jones kid. I saw some clips, and I think they're a better team with him. Yeah, I think they're a better team with him, obviously. I would have liked to seen him play against Dallas. Not that they would win, but I think it would have been a better game.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. I just hope that Dallas isn't near what they think everybody thinks they are. I hate them. God damn. I hate them. I hate their fans. I hate their owner. I hate their stadium. I hate their name.
Damn.
Ugh.
Oh man, yeah, because I keep hearing people say, well, they're this percentage for going to the Super Bowl against the Patriots, and I'm like, what the fuck are you guys talking about? And they're ranked fourth in the league. I'm like, what do you got? They played the Redskins, the Dolphins. The Dolphins haven't scored any points in the second half all year.
Nope. And the Giants.
The Giants before they had the kid playing. So
all garbage.
As soon as they play somebody with a backup quarterback, I mean, the excuse is, well, we're on the road. So we were on the road too. The Saints are good. Yeah, but they play with a backup quarterback. So you basically lost to a kicker. And they just will not concede. Well, we're on the road, and we had chances to win the game, but you didn't. I mean, we had chances to win our 2 games, but we didn't. But I just, I need them to lose some games so that these, which they will, these announcers will come back down to earth because they're thinking something other than what I can see. I mean,
they're definitely not a juggernaut, that's for sure. I mean, they got some good players. I guess I hate Ezekiel Elliott. God, I hate him.
You game plan for him, right? You stop him, and then there you go. That's the blueprint.
The problem is when the Eagles play him, you can stop him, but I don't know who they're going to stop in the bet. Amari Cooper, the other kid. That's
Yeah,
that's the scary part.
Their defense is fast too. Their defense, I'd have to give it to them. Their defense is pretty fast. Not sure about the defensive backs, but
no, their linebackers are killer.
Yeah, they're end to end, sideline to sideline. They're pretty fucking fast.
They're still douchebags though.
You just got to get that in.
Oh yeah, I hate that. I hate that coach too. Redheaded fuck.
Fucking idiot. For everything. Even
a 15-yard penalty. That stupid fucking Howie Doody looking fuck is clapping.
Yeah, I fucking hate him, man.
Man, I hate. Now you get me all wound up.
Hey, calm down, man. Calm down, bro. It ain't that serious. Hold it for the game. Hold it for week 7 or whatever that is, 6 or whatever. Yes, hold it for
I'm not coming on if we lose. I'm telling you right now. I'm boycotting this show if we lose.
Fuck no, you're not, because you're gonna come on and bitch the Eagles out.
Yes, I am.
Like fucking assholes.
So. I'm already pissed off.
I mean, when we play them, and they're still. I keep hearing this over and over. Dak always beats Wentz. Now, again, there's some truth to that. But last year they beat him twice, and they had a lot of injuries, right? So we all know the injuries in the backfield, all that stuff was going on. So technically, he has more victories over Wentz at this point. And those are the competition. It's obviously it's always been who's better, Wentz or Dak. I mean, we all know the answer to that, right? But the Dallas fans seem to think, oh, he's better. He does this. He does that.
Dallas fans don't know football.
And there was a couple of points during that Saints-Dallas game, I think towards the end of the game when he threw the pass about 30, 40 yards down the field, and the guy looked like he was going to keep running. I was like, and then the other pass when they actually scored the drive, they scored the touchdown. And they stopped the guy. I think it was the backup tight end at like the 2-yard line, and then Zeke took it in. Again, if you game plan to stop Zeke, I think you're okay. I think we can do that. I mean, Swartz will probably just say fuck it and do zone anyway. But
I know.
I think if you do that, then you have a great chance to beat them. I mean, Carson can do what he does, and we'll see what happens. So
we need to see Carson from 17, and they ain't gonna beat him. But
yeah, that's true. That's true.
But he still doesn't look to be that same guy.
Right. That's what I was gonna say. I want to give him a couple. I hate saying this, but I want to give him a couple more weeks because it looked like the line was struggling in the beginning. The play calling was bad, but they changed it this week and they fixed a little bit of that. So the Jets is still not. You're still not going to be able. The only way that I say that he's out of it if he hangs 40. If he hangs 40 on the Jets, then I'll feel better about it. But if he goes out there and he only scores like
20, 21,
I'll be like, against this defense, you should be better. And then when you go to Minnesota, that'll be the telltale, right? Because they do have a good defense.
They do. Offense is absolutely pitiful, but their defense is pretty good.
They do have a good defense. And I remember the game last year when they played Minnesota. I think it was in Minnesota, right? And they gave him all kinds of problems. So, I mean, he was doing a lot of dumb shit, trying to throw the ball when he wasn't supposed to throw it, all that crap. So
he didn't do that. He didn't do that on Thursday. He was kind of calm. He didn't have happy feet. He didn't make mistakes. Sailed a bunch of balls, but didn't throw anything. Didn't try to do too much.
Mm-hmm.
Like he always does. He looked a little better. And like you said, hopefully he's gelling and with the front line coming around and him and how he used Howard. Let's do this.
Yeah. I don't think it should be an issue. So
no.
But I think that's it for me. You got anything else you got for
No,
this
that's
week?
about it. I'm just stop with the rumors, man. Oh my God, these people and it don't matter what you post. It's what Howie and Doug want to do, and they're not going to trade Ertz and they love Ertz. He ain't going nowhere.
You don't like that one. You keep bringing that up. You don't like that one at all.
I don't. I mean, he's Wentz's check down. He ain't going nowhere. He's his safety blanket. He is. If you want to trade Goddard. If you're going to trade a guy, I think we could. I don't want to lose him, but I think if you're going between the two, him, but I don't think they're going to get Ramsey.
I think you leave Goddard in place. I mean, to me, I wouldn't be surprised if they pulled off a trade for Chris Harris.
I think is. Yeah.
Would I like Ramsey? Sure.
But
that would lock down side of your defense. And again, if you have Douglas out there, I mean, even if you have Chris Harris and Douglas, I'm good with that.
I'm all right with that. Yeah.
You're
just giving up a shit ton of people for that and a lot of money. You're going to bet the farm and everything else
and you got to pay him a ton.
Mm-hmm.
I think 15, 16 million next year.
A year,
like that. So,
that's what and that's a lot. But I don't know.
I keep hearing that they a lot of sources keep saying that they put in the offer. Yeah. So
that's
must
a lot. But I don't know what does Jacksonville want if that's what they offered. I heard they did legitimately offer 2 firsts and they said no. And that's when they came out with the 2 firsts and a second, and I guess they still said that's what they wanted, I guess. But man, alive, that's a shit ton of talent for.
If you can get 2 firsts and a second for him, not that he's going anywhere, but what could you get for Wentz?
I don't know.
It can't be anything less than that. A quarterback, franchise quarterback.
I don't know.
I mean, and I would never think that someone would give up that much even for a quarterback. 2 firsts and a second. That's essentially
that's a lot.
That's a lot. I mean, I guess maybe it counts where you're picking, right? So if
I guess
like Murph said, 28, 29, but it's probably more like early 20s, if anything, if we have a problem the rest of the year. So you're looking at first round in the 20s, 23, 24, second the next year first round in the 20s, or wherever we're going to pick, and then a second too. Like they're not going to be first top 10s. Those picks are not going to be top 10s.
No,
not with this team. So
no.
I mean, I guess that matters too. But who knows?
Still, I don't know.
Again, like you said, do the deal.
Do something.
Do
something. Get somebody.
All right, guys. This is Jersey J and my man DHD, Eagles Nest Florida edition, first in Philly. We will be back next week. Hopefully, Dale doesn't boycott if we lose the game or something like that. But we'll be back next week with the full ensemble, Murph and Paz. And we will have commentary throughout the week, obviously leading up to the game. We're probably going to try something new this week. Dale, you don't know about this. We're probably going to try and open a game day chat in the group, not on the page, in the group, because we get a lot of people typing messages about the game, individual messages, and we want to kind of keep it all in one spot. So we'll probably end up creating a game day chat in the group so everyone can put all their comments in that chat, and we'll probably limit it to that chat during the game, because we all know we're on our phones, we're on our tablets, and we're typing nasty messages about the team if they're doing good, and great messages if they're doing good. So we'll see how that works. If that works out, we'll see if we can do that every week. But for now, it's us versus them, Eagles Nest Florida edition. Thanks for tuning in. We'll post this to Facebook. We'll post it to YouTube, definitely, so Dale's guys can watch it on their lunch break. So you guys over there, this is a shout out to you guys for watching this on your lunch break. And we will see you guys next week. Go Birds.
Go Birds. Let's do it.
All right, D. See you later.
See you.